is the Dead Till Dawn how to play instructional video or gameplay video. I'm Steve Cave, I'm the guy who made the game. These are my friends. First I'm going to explain the game. This is a zombie group survival game where you don't have to survive to win. It's kind of the thing. You can die, become a zombie, join the other team. It's a really great game. If you haven't watched the video, promo video, you should check it out. You might recognize some people from the video. Katie here tried to ruin it as the famous entertainer. How about you do your line like, I say we saber.
I say we saber.
No. Okay. So this is a prototype of the game. So this is not what it's going to look like when we actually have the final production. There's been some changes already to make the cards look even better. The event cards are going to have some blood on them, effects on them. The tokens are going to be thick, punch board, and actually punched out, shaped like the bullets and whatnot. But for this video, this is what we got.
Not my job.
The game starts, everybody gets a character card. There are 2 different types of character cards in the game. There are 8 core characters. They have a yellow banner by their name, and these all start revealed. So Craig, since he's brand new, will get one of these. So we'll all know who he is. He's guaranteed to be a good character, at least as far as the card goes. How he plays it, it's up to him. Who are you?
A soldier.
This is a fun quote, and then here is what your special ability is. You're really good with firearms. This bottom part is your zombie craving. So if you die, that's how you win the game. So you can ignore that now while you're alive. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right, so here we go. Everybody else gets one. And this would be all the rest of the cards from the core set and the expansion. Now, these all stay hidden. So get a good idea of who you are, what your abilities are, how you play, and you should be good to go. The game begins if you have the Dead Arm of the Law expansion, but the setting card. Setting cards set the table, set the stage, tell us what's going on and how the zombie apocalypse began. Do you want to draw one and read it?
Emergency room. Not that any night is good to go to the ER, but tonight the place is packed and the wait is long. That is until panic breaks loose as the recently deceased rise and hungrily attack. People who aren't hurt too badly, run and abandon the rest. All survivors start with the quirk, guilty conscience, and cannot play weapons against zombie players unless every survivor has at least one wound.
We're all survivors, so that won't matter until some players die and start playing as zombies. When they're playing as zombies, we can't fight them unless everyone alive has at least one wound, because we have the quirk, guilty conscience. You can also get rid of that quirk with certain cards. All right, so the game starts, everybody gets 3 equipment cards. You can show people if you want. I usually keep them private because sometimes people are jerks. Nice. Now we can trade cards at any time except in the middle of a fight. So if you have no weapons, now's a good time to ask to trade with people. Like I've got good weapons, I'm good. And it begins! So the player who starts the game off is a person who last saw a zombie movie. I mean,
The promo video count.
yeah, who saw that last? Who's the last person who watched that?
I was late to watch it.
Katie.
Right.
So it starts off, she'll draw an event card. Look at the top of it. If it says read out loud, then read it out loud.
Good news. Burning warehouse. A warehouse burns a few blocks away. Choking smoke drifts through the streets, filling the air with the aroma of burning gas, wood, and plastic. The fire draws. Each survivor needs to play a weapon alone or get a wound. However, before the fight, each survivor will have the player next to them draw a random equipment card from their hand. In the confusion, they cannot use this card in this fight. Says the
You can't
person
use that one.
next to them. Yeah, random, I guess.
Oh, you just have to randomly pick
So
something.
this one won't be
Somebody else's card.
Okay. All right, so now we each have to play one weapon alone or get a wound.
Yep.
I have a shotgun
Pitchfork.
I'm playing. So this is a firearm. These have ammo, so you put ammo tokens on it, as it says. This one gets 3, and each one I spend counts as 2 loud weapons. I'm playing a shotgun
Okay.
blast. You're playing that.
I have a garden hoe which breaks.
And you have your circulus on. Is that safe?
However, whenever I play it, I will need to flip twice. If both cards come up tails, then you accidentally give a wound to yourself or to another.
Oh.
So here's how flipping works. This game has a random element. When you flip over zombie cards. It shows one. All right, that's heads. You can tell by the picture on the bottom of the card. You have to flip 2, right?
Yes.
All right, you got a heads and a tails.
Yeah, both didn't come up tails. We're fine.
So you're good to go. Those are just discard pile cards. All right, so then we're all good.
Yeah.
So any weapons that got broken or
So I
thrown
can take
away,
it back, right?
yeah, put over there.
Do I just take it back?
Yep, unless it tells you it's broken. So
And then
you're
the-
the soldier, and you can always play with firearms to help other players. That's your special ability.
Okay.
So this shotgun's a firearm. I would love to just give it to you if you promise to help me with it.
Okay.
We know
Yeah.
you're good.
Yeah, we all know you're a good
Yeah.
guy.
Okay.
So
He just might not be good.
So that was one event. You started. It's going to be my turn to draw an event. One full round, 5 times, and the game is over.
We're all still alive.
We're all still alive. The night's beginning and we're not all dead yet. Jackpot. You're lurking in the back, minding your own business, when you stumble across a large duffel bag. Zipping it open, you gasp in shock. It's full of gear. Draw 5 equipment cards. Now I can only have 5 in my hand, so I have to give out the rest to whoever I want. If I don't give them out, then they just pass to the next player. I'm going to give you that. And Chris, you need a weapon?
I've got 2 more that'll break when I use them.
There's another one that'll break when you use it. That was it. That was my whole turn. That was a good one. Those were rare.
Yeah.
Now it's your turn. Still alive.
5 times.
Bloody, trapped body. The body of a man lies on the sidewalk with gear sticking out from under him. You reach for his shoulder to roll him over, but something tells you it might not be safe. Vote whether you check the body. If the group votes no, draw a new event card. If yes, then the player who drew this card flips. Heads, the body was rigged with a hand grenade and explodes, giving that player 2 wounds. Tails, that player gets 3 equipment cards.
It's gonna be fine.
Here's how voting works. Voting is an important part of the game. When something calls for a vote, we can discuss for as long as we want. The person who drew the card, eventually, when they're ready, will call for the vote. And you'll say, okay, get ready to vote. And you'll say thumbs up for one and thumbs down for the other. To be really clear about which is which. There's always 2 things you're voting between. We'll all vote. This one, it sounds like we're voting whether or not you check the
Flip over
body.
the body.
It doesn't seem worth it. Oh no, it's like a 50-50 chance of their heads or tails.
This is a chance at equipment.
Okay.
It is a chance of equipment.
I'm gonna try to
All of
squeeze it.
Chris's weapons break.
Oh, so this would give him 2 wounds. 3 wounds kills anyone, except there's one character, the bouncer. But otherwise, yeah, if it blows up, it'll hurt you really bad.
Well, I don't have any wounds yet.
You want to risk it?
I like his
Yeah.
attitude.
Risk it for the biscuit.
Yeah.
All right. So thumbs up is do it. Thumbs down is not.
Check it.
Oh. All right. Check the body.
Ooh, heads.
Heads.
Oh, it's rigged with explosives.
Hey!
I have those wounds.
Did not see that.
These are
I think it's
wounds.
slippery slope. Welcome to the game, Chris.
You tried to stop it.
Deep darkness. As if the night weren't dark enough, it looks like the power's out and the clouds block the sky. This lasts for 2 full rounds. Each turn, your group can cancel out the effects of this card if someone plays a light. While in darkness, on each survivor's turn, they can try to secretly kill another survivor by flipping. On heads, it works. On tails, the attacking player gets 2 wounds instead.
Wait, kill like just 3 wounds out of it?
Yeah.
Luckily, we're all just trying to make it through this together.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I'm a good guy.
Me
Are
too.
you a good guy?
I'm a good guy.
Are you a good guy?
I'm a great guy.
You're.
Oh, you're the best guy.
All right, Levi. Do you want to murder anybody?
I'm feeling unmurderous at the moment.
That's
Oh,
wonderful.
Yeah. So hungry. Your group needs food badly, and there's a small grocery store nearby. Any player can discard a food and water card to cancel this card. In order to break into the store, someone needs to use a tool. Unless it is a crowbar, it will break after you use it. If no one plays food or a tool, then your group is overcome with hunger. Each player receives a wound.
Ooh,
I have
that
a
would
tool.
true.
A multi-tool.
Will
Yay!
Yay.
break.
That's
fantastic.
okay. That's what it's for.
New event card?
Yep.
Not
And now
enough
this is the
burger.
start of round 2.
Alright, we did it.
And we're doing great.
Gun store hideout. Free guns and bullets? How could anyone turn this down? Vote on going into the hideout. When you enter the gun store, all players can add 2 ammo counters to each firearm they have. Entering the gun store will give all the survivors a new quirk. For the rest of the game, they will all be cocky and must vote in favor of fighting the chance they get.
We only have one gun.
Can I play a gun now?
Yeah, you
Okay, so
totally
I
can.
have a gun. What do you guys think?
I don't want to vote to do it.
No,
I'm not getting
this is
anything out
not
of this.
worth it.
I say no.
I do not want this quirk.
What are you voting?
Okay.
Except that how hideouts work is if we vote to not go in it, you draw a new event card. We're doing something else.
Your turn. It's gotten hot. Complaining you take off your jacket, only to find blood on your sleeve. It's clear that you've been either scratched or bitten. You're bitten. Right now, and at the start of each of your turns for the rest of the game, you will need to flip twice. If both cards come up tails, then you die.
You're
so
fine.
starting now,
Starting now.
no tails.
Oh, there's one. Oh my god! Just like
So
that.
now I'm the zombie.
A few things happen. Yes, you get to join the zombie team.
Yeah.
First, we take your stuff and we get to
That was
loot your
good
body.
stuff.
It's good stuff. I get to take one and then we pass them around until they're all gone, taking the gun.
Zombies. We got this.
Doing nothing. Nothing.
Now, if you have more than 5 cards, that's fine until the end of your turn.
Okay.
Do I reveal
Then you
this?
reveal who you were.
CIA agent.
Oh.
The next 2 survivors to your left at the time of your death must both die.
So she wins. This is her zombie craving. She wins the game if both of us are dead at the
Right
end
here,
of the
come on.
game. So now you draw 3 zombie cards.
Yes.
And these are the cards that you play. If any of them say play on your turn, it's still technically your turn. And on the start of each of your turns, you'll draw 2 more
Okay,
zombie
cool.
cards.
Special attack. Play this card on your turn to make a special bonus attack on any one survivor of your choice. that player needs to play 2 weapons or get a wound. So I really want Craig to turn because it's easy. You have so many cards. You two both have not very many cards. I don't need you to die though to
It'd
win.
be crazy to go after me.
I could wait around. And probably Craig will only be turned by that point.
You can totally wait, and you could play like a bunch of those on the same turn.
Yeah, next.
Or
We'll
you
just
can
move
do
on
it
to
now. It's up to you.
I'm okay. We'll let it go next round.
My turn. So at the end of my turn, I have to have only 5 cards. I have 6 right now. Event. Oh, fear. The pressure is just too much. You can't handle it. It'd be so much easier to just let go and let somebody else decide things. Flip. On heads, I'm okay. And on tails, I gain a quirk, and I am a defeatist, and I will no longer vote. But the zombie players will all vote in my place. The majority zombie vote being my vote. I don't want this. Shoot! Okay. I'm not voting anymore. I just don't do it. Oh, I do. I let you.
Yeah, I vote for
I
you.
have to get rid of an event card. One of these.
Yes.
Levi. It's your turn.
Misty Cemetery. A shrouded cemetery lies across the street. Through the mist can be seen the shadowed shapes of gnarled trees and crosses. As you watch, something large and dark takes shape, wading towards you through the tombstones. You alone must decide who will go out and face the huge zombie. The player you choose, and it can be yourself if you're alone or feeling heroic, must play 4 weapons alone or get a wound for each weapon not played.
You have a gun with 5 bullets. Can you shoot it a bunch of times?
So that's how the game works is at the beginning, like right now, we have a lot of stuff, but things will use it up. And getting new equipment cards is usually rare.
Doesn't that count as 4?
Because each bullet is 2
And then
for
you can
you.
do another
Oh, I'll kill this zombie.
Oh my god. When somebody's fighting a zombie, the other zombie players can join in the fight, but only if they're sitting right next to that person. So that wastes the shotgun, it's gone. They give you
Shotgun.
this pistol.
Okay, I'll take it.
Crashing truck. Round a corner, a bun-caked red truck comes skidding into view. A flashing glimpse of the driver's terrified face is all you see before the truck turns too sharply and flips. Flip. On tails, the truck crashes too close, giving you a wound. On heads, you're okay. Either way, the truck spills all kinds of gear that the poor driver has collected. Each survivor gets to draw an equipment card. Let's see how I'm doing. I'm fine. Each survivor gets to draw an equipment card.
Right on the heels of me saying you don't get them that often. Oh wait, remember this special thing? We
Yeah.
can't play weapons against you until we all have 1 wound.
Oh,
Yay!
yeah.
So your special attack, if you do it, no one can stop you. So you should probably play that soon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm ready.
Oh, and we can murder each other. Nobody's killing each other.
Yeah.
We're all friendly people.
Scruffy Scavenger, an old man wearing a trench coat, stumbles from the shadows. He smells like sweat and shattered dreams. Grinning, he offers to trade. If anyone has a case full of money, he'll trade 6 equipment cards for it. Then each player, starting with you and going clockwise, may discard 2 equipment cards and take 1 equipment card from the discard pile. Any card except for the double back. So does anybody have a case full of money?
You?
I do not.
No.
Well
Sadly,
then,
no.
you can go off and grin at other people.
Oh wait, do we get to trade?
We
with this
can,
too?
yeah, right?
Yeah, so if we want to discard 2,
There's
you
like
can, if
a
you want to get it
shotgun
in
in
there.
there.
Yeah, throwing away a Molotov cocktail and Buckheat, which is a screw other
Now
players
I know
card.
you're a good guy.
Right? Anybody else?
Are there any guns?
Oh, you want to take the shotgun instead?
Sure.
Yeah, go for it. Then I'm gonna take the multi-tool.
I'm giving this old man a lava lamp and a board with a nail in it, and he's giving me a shotgun.
Alright, so you draw 2 zombie cards.
It's 2 zombie cards. I get undead strength. For the rest of the game, the attacks that you make on your own turn require 1 extra weapon to stop. And then my special attack is that I can attack someone. And I got new cards. Play that one too if I'm impatient. Play the zombie power-up card on your turn, setting the card on the table in front of you for the rest of the game. If this card is in play, zombie players may discard zombie power-up they have in play in front of them anytime in exchange for 3 new zombie cards.
Including you.
Yes. Okay, I want to attack.
There's 2 people you need to kill.
I know, but he has so many
Let's
cards.
focus on
I want to attack you.
Okay, remember, I can't do anything to stop you.
That's right. I want to attack you. Yeah.
If you would have attacked Craig,
Yes.
you would have killed him.
Just
Just
pointing
pointing
that
that
out.
out. You'll get more chances. Remember, if I fight zombies now, you
Yeah.
can join. Ooh, I got a do not read out loud card. It's a secret. It's your turn.
Oh,
no.
Dragging Doom. A scratching, sliding sound creeps closer and closer. Peeking, the sight is almost too much. These zombies are some of the most disgusting you've seen tonight. Each survivor needs to play 2 weapons or get a wound. Players can play weapons to help each other. The zombies are rotten, so firearms are only half as effective, meaning you need to discard 2 ammo tokens for most to even count as 1 weapon.
So we need 2 weapons each.
So, yeah. So
And now you can join in and fight either Levi or me.
A screwdriver
It depends on what you
and
play.
a circular
Good
saw.
idea. Are you gonna-
So I would have to
Oh,
play
no.
2
Two,
bullets
yeah.
for 2 weapons.
Oh.
You'd have to play.
So I accidentally wound myself or to another player, I believe.
Craig,
Do I
Craig,
determine this?
Yeah.
Craig.
It's gonna be crazy.
Oh!
As the reporter, I filmed this, and I'm gonna get a Pulitzer Prize.
Oh my gosh. You filmed yourself killing him.
I didn't say I was an ethical reporter.
Okay, the battle's not over yet because Katie hasn't decided if she's going to join
Did
you.
anyone play anything loud?
Oh yeah, I was
did.
loud.
Let's attack
He's
Levi.
dead.
Once the current turn is over, you will attack any survivor you choose.
Hold on to that. During this fight, you can join in the attack with anybody sitting next to you. So don't play a card to make an attack yet.
Oh, cool. I'm gonna attack you.
Great
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
Now we can't stop that because not everybody has a wound. Also play
Okay.
that to attack Levi.
Yes, now I'll attack you.
I need to flip twice for this baseball bat to see if it breaks. Wolf comes up ahead. My baseball bat's fine. So now we get to loot your body, pass it to him, and we each take one. You get 3 zombie cards.
We'll take down Steve, and that'll be easy.
What's your zombie?
All of the survivors must die.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
So it's still your turn if you want to play anything. It says play on your turn.
No.
Then it's Chris's turn. Could you get a wound, please?
Oh, you're right. I do need a wound.
No.
You do.
Yes, I will happily take a wound. Run! School bus comes clearing down the road, swerves and flips, spilling zombie teenagers all over the road. The group must vote on whether to fight or run. Fight. Each survivor needs to play 3 weapons alone or get a wound for each weapon outplayed. Run. First discard any hang-up that the group is using, then each survivor must flip. Anyone who flips tails gets a wound as they escape.
I say we run because I can't fight her.
You
She'll
don't get
kill
to
me.
vote.
Say
Yeah,
it.
he doesn't get to
I
vote.
just.
I vote for him! He wants to go!
You're horrible.
If we did fight, I could get a wound, and then we could start fighting off.
2 of you could. I'll be dead by then, but I don't think there's much way around it.
Well, let's run.
But we
We're
say
running.
we don't run.
2 to 1 now.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. It's a card you're
Sorry.
playing.
Play this card when survivors need to vote on something. All the zombie players get to vote along with the survivor.
So that's 3 against 2.
It is.
So you guys
Yeah.
have to stay.
So I have to play how many weapons?
I'm attacking.
I'm hurling a hand grenade into the. No, I'm about to die. This might hurt them. I'm throwing a hand grenade. Discard it and then flip on heads. I'm okay on tails. Me and the players to my right and left, which would be you because it's the next survivor, each get a wound.
Okay.
Heads, we're fine.
3 weapons alone. I guess I'm gonna.
You know what?
Take one wound.
You're gonna take one?
So we can start fighting
Okay,
off zombies.
yeah, no, that's good.
So I'm gonna fight Steve.
So that's what I was
You're
assuming.
dead. Yay.
Alright, loot my body. I was the scavenger, but there was
Play
nothing
the
to
ammo box.
scavenge. 2 survivors must die in fights that I'm involved in. Zombie cards. I got a great hand.
So I won, right?
You will win. Unless, like if we come back to life, they could find an antidote.
Oh.
There's a zombie card
Oh.
that lets you come back to life. There's a couple ways. So that would
Let's hope
screw
it
you
fits
over.
that.
Baseball stadium. You spot a stadium and remember that there was a game scheduled for last night. Listening, the telltale moaning and scraping sounds of the undead echo from inside. Who knows how many there might be in there. Flip 5 times. For each tails, you will need a weapon per survivor to fight the zombies. These weapons are played as a group. If you can't come up with enough, then each survivor will get a wound. A tails, that's a weapon. That one doesn't. 2 weapons needed. 3 weapons needed. 3 weapons needed as a group.
And then we can join in the fight.
I'm going against
I'm
Levi.
attacking Chris.
I'll fight Levi as well.
So you're playing the 3
Yes.
weapons. We're good. I am going to
Perfect.
use a pitchfork
Bad shot.
on Katie. I am going to
I'll
shoot
explain this.
Craig.
So because Chris used a firearm against me, I'm playing bad shot. Play the card when someone plays a firearm against you. The shot still hits you, but goes right through. The shooter must flip. On tails, they accidentally shoot one of the other survivors, giving them a wound. Levi. Chris is not on your team.
Can I play it
Yep.
so loud so each of the zombies draw a zombie card?
Sweet.
So this starts the 4th round, right?
Yes.
4. We gotta make it through 2 more rounds.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna play a card because it says I can discard this card at any time to inject it into any survivor. That player counts as being bitten. Right now, at the start of each of that player's turns, they need to flip twice. If both cards come up tails, that player will die. I'm injecting it into myself.
Just giving up.
Yeah.
I can't win my alternate thing, and I'm the last person.
So keep Chris alive to the end.
I'm playing weak blood on you. For the rest of the game, each time you need to flip for being bitten, you can force the player to reflip. If you flip and you're not bitten, you have to flip again.
You just injected yourself and she could make you.
Yeah, but I chose not to.
You don't want to help Chris.
I'll be winning with you.
I'll do a special attack. Play this card on your turn to make a special bonus attack. Any survivor you choose. Levi. It can be all of them if you want. Oh, I can do both. I'll do that. Those players will each need a weapon alone or get a wound. If you have special abilities, then choose a single player to use them against. The other survivors will only need the one weapon.
Your undead strength.
Yeah, you actually 2 against me.
He needs 2, you need
Yeah.
1. I'm going to throw in my attack against Levi. What are you going to do?
I'll throw mine in. I guess to Levi.
Can I help Levi? I mean, you guys on?
Yeah, I think you can.
I am fighting Katie with a bullet and a pitchfork. I am fighting Steve with a circular saw. Uh-oh. Okay, and I am at this point taking it from Chris.
Yeah, you're fine. I'll use my shoddy for both of those.
What about my attack?
All right, roll it. That wasn't super efficient, Levi.
All right.
You got it done.
Bad shot, bad shot. No. Yes! You give a wound to... Are you shooting yourself?
Yeah.
That art is so cool.
You might make yours, right?
Yeah, everybody has to be dead
Yeah.
for me to win.
Yeah.
I have to have
Seems-
both of them
seems
die
like it's
fighting
happening.
with me. Draw 2 cards. Memories of the Lost. Zombie power up. I can now vote with the survivors. I've gone all over the place with this voting thing. That's it. That was my turn.
Ominous moans. Play the zombie power card on your turn. The rest of the game, anytime someone flips for fear, you can force them to reflip once. And a special attack against Levi. Play a weapon alone or get a wound.
Because you can make this attack against just Levi or against both of them. Just
He needs to
Levi.
be the last to die.
So just Levi.
So just Levi.
I'm joining in on that.
Me too.
I'm looking how I need to win as a zombie. You know what? I don't think I have any weapons.
What?
Wait!
Really?
I play a card. Blaze of Glory. Play this card when someone dies. That person dies violently. First, this was loud. Discard the group's hideout. Also, discard half of the dying player's equipment cards. I choose which one. If any weapons are discarded, they are played against him.
So you're gonna try and win your thing too?
Yeah. Flip for each weapon he played. On heads, they are a wound.
Tails.
Tails.
Come on. Ah! Heads.
That's your third wound.
That's my
Yeah.
third wound.
If survivors make it to the end, then they win. And you look at any other special rules you have going on. When it's in one turn, all the rest of the survivors die, they lose.
Yes.
So because you both died on the same turn, you guys can't win. Mine is any 2 survivors must die in fights that I'm involved with. What do you guys
But
think?
you were involved in the fight that started it.
Okay.
I think
Sure.
it counts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then that means that you would win, I would win, and you'd win.
Zombie.
And that's the game.
Nobody survived.
Nobody survived.